Ladies and gentlemen, our mystery speaker tonight is not Amy Steery, but Danny Callaghan, with a speech entitled How to Meet Women. Please help me welcome Danny Callaghan.
Madam Contest Chair, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. In 2006-2007, I dated 50 women in a 12-month period. Now, none of them were blind dates, none of them were internet dates, and only one of them was a friend of a friend or someone I knew already. The remainder, including my current girlfriend, were cold approaches. That is, they were women I didn't know, who I saw and approached and persuaded to go out on a date with me. Now clearly, when you're as handsome, attractive, and downright sexy as I am, that's easy to do. But nonetheless, during that period, I learned some lessons that I think can help any man who wants to improve in this area. And tonight, I'm going to share 3 of them with you. They are mindset, the approach itself, and the follow-through. First of all, mindset. Now this might come as a surprise to some of the women in the audience, but a lot of men are actually scared of approaching women. They think if they approach, they'll look like an idiot, or they'll run out of things to say, or they'll get rejected and it'll be a crushing blow from which they'll never recover. A man who thinks like that is never going to approach a woman. On the other hand, what if he was to think, by going over there, I'll be bringing joy into that woman's life? Or my goal in this interaction is to make that woman smile. Or even, every rejection brings me one woman closer to the one. A man who thinks like that is much more likely to approach. So our man's going to approach. But what's he going to say? Well, openers, chat-up lines, pick-up lines must be the single most misunderstood area in the whole field of men and women and dating. You've probably all heard lines like, get your coat you've pulled, or that you should start with a compliment, like you're beautiful, or even that you should compliment the details, like you've got beautiful eyebrows. Well, let me tell you, all of these are terrible. And here's why. The sole purpose of the opener is to start the conversation. And those lines just don't do that. They don't give anywhere for the conversation to go. So what would be a good opening line? Well, how about something like, hi, me and my friends were having an argument and want to get a female opinion. Who do you think lies more? Men or women? Now, would this be enough to start the conversation? Maybe if she was particularly friendly. More likely, you'll get an I'm busy, an I don't know, or a one-word answer. But what if I was to follow up with? Well, it seems to me that men lie more, but women tell bigger lies. So a man might lie, for example, and say, no, your bum doesn't look big in those new jeans. On the other hand, a woman might lie, for example, and say, this baby's yours. Many women can't resist coming in on something like that, and so the conversation started. Our man then has a few minutes to demonstrate that he's the confident, intelligent, funny guy that she always dreams of meeting. And if you've done table topics, that bit is easy. But then comes the next scary step, because the man must ask for the number, and he needs to make it as easy as possible for the woman to give it to her. So how about something like, well, I need to go now, but I'm enjoying this conversation, I'd like it to continue. So just stick your number in here. So that's the approach. Next comes the follow-through. Because the man has the number, a few days later, he has to call it. And real men call, they don't text. There's a problem. because the man got a little ego boost from getting the number, and he worries that if he calls and there's nothing doing, then he'll have to give that up. So it takes discipline to make the calls. I used to make all of my calls on a Sunday night. I called all of the women whose numbers I got that week, all of the women I dated the preceding week, where I thought the date had gone well enough to justify another one. And to some extent, it's a percentages game, because some of the women will be busy, someone wants to see you, and some will even have given you a fake number. So that's the lessons I learned from my year of doing this: mindset, approach, and follow through. And when I look back on that year, by the end of it, I was more mature, I was more confident, and I was more ready to have fun. Now I know that other men face challenges in this area that I just didn't face. I know other men don't have the same raw, magnetic appeal to women. But nonetheless, I think that any man who wants to improve in this area can apply these lessons, and by doing so, start bringing some joy into the lives of women. Madam Contest Chair.